Kaya Wanju Nanja Panyunga Buja Marianne. Government Kundan. What I've just said is, hello, my name is Marianne. Welcome to Nyunga country. This is my country. The government have no shame. We have no justice for Mr. Ward. Protest event, non-violent. But what we want to do is try and encourage as many people as we can to come out to this point every Friday from 5:30. The government, which are just over there, are not going to provide justice for Mr. Ward unless everybody just shows their outrage and disgust. Protest event, non-violent. But what we want to do is try and encourage as many people as we can to come out to this point every Friday from 5:30. The government, which are just over there, are not going to provide justice for Mr. Ward unless everybody just shows their outrage and disgust at what's going on. And it's just ridiculous. Like, surely everyone out there has, you know, like just half an hour, just come down and just show your support for justice for Mr. Ward. You know, we've got a family there that have lost a father, an uncle, a husband, an elder, a leader of their community. You know, like, this is wrong. The state government are ignoring it. You know, the state government and G4S are both responsible for Mr. Ward's death. Now, Mr. Ward died a horrible, terrible, tragic death that no one should ever go through, and yet the government are not taking any responsibility for anything. As far as we know, there hasn't even been an official apology to the family for what's happened. Nothing has come forward. There's been no justice except for the compensation, and as far as we're concerned, no amount of money can provide justice for Mr. Ward. That is not part of Justice for Mr. Ward campaign. That is not to do with it. The money is a separate issue, and I need people to understand that the compensation payout does not end the Justice for Mr. Ward campaign. Justice for Mr. Ward campaign will end when there is justice. We want charges laid now. We want the contract terminated now. And if the state government are not going to listen to us, we're going to be here every Friday. We're going to be here for months and months and months. We're not going away. So people out there, I encourage you, please, you know, find it in your hearts to come along and support this campaign for justice. You know, it doesn't take too much time out. It doesn't cost you anything. It's nothing. All it costs is just your human heart to come along and support and encourage the people out there in society, like, hey, this death in custody has gone on, you know, unnoticed for far too long. This government needs to provide justice for Mr. Ward now, and they will provide justice because we're not going anywhere until they do. And I can tell you now, we're all still young. So we're not going anywhere. So Mr. Barnett, I think you need to pull your head in and start doing something, because as the Premier of this state, you need to take a lead and actually do something. And Christian Porter, you need to pull your finger out too, mate, and do something as our Attorney General. Stop ignoring the campaign for justice. You know deaths in custody are here. Now everybody out there, please come along, 5:30 every Friday, and you'll come along, you'll see Jane, Pam, Sean, Seamus, who's always on the other end of the camera. We'll have to grab it off him and turn it around. All right, Seamus. And yeah, so just come along and you'll see everybody, and just, you know, just standing here and just seeing everybody and just tooting their horns and everything, and it's just, you just got to be a part of it, eh? And just Mr. Ward would be sitting up on top of that pole up there smiling and looking down on us, you know. So may the spirits be with everybody, and come down here and be with us Fridays 5:30. Alright, Seamus. Hey, more deaths in custody! Justice for Mr. Ward! No more deaths in custody! Justice for Mr. Ward! Everybody's got their aircons on. Alright, quiet you mob. This is Richard from England. We're just going to get him to say a few words on camera.
How you been on the show?
Yeah, so have you heard about the Justice for Mr. Ward campaign? Have you heard about Mr. Ward?
I'd heard about Mr. Ward, but I didn't associate it when you first talked to me. But yeah, now I know what you just told me about. Being a guy taken back onto his property and it being 50-60 degrees. I remember reading in the newspaper about it when I first came over to Australia, actually, when I was in Victoria.
Yeah. And what are your thoughts about the whole situation?
Obviously, it's not fair, but it's the government here in Australia seem to ignore Aboriginal issues quite a lot. and there are kind of token gestures, like Kevin Rudd apologising to the Aboriginal people, but an apology doesn't really mean anything unless it's backed up by some kind of action.
Yep.
So I would say, Australia really is quite shocking in its treatment of its Aboriginal people. You compare it to New Zealand, or even to Canada, where a lot of land's been given back, although it's not particularly good land.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad here.
Yep. And what do you feel that the government should do, knowing like what you know? What do you feel as a person, as a human being, and knowing like the tragic circumstances that surround Mr. Ward? What do you think that the government should be doing?
Well, I suppose some kind of monetary compensation, but that doesn't really give a life back, does it?
Yeah, they gave a compensation payout, but yeah, that's what we've told the government. Like, money will never bring him back, and it won't provide justice.
What are you asking me?
What we want is the contract terminated with G4S because they're subcontracted with the Department of Corrective Services.
This group?
Yeah.
We have them in the UK, and they're terrible there as well. They have a very bad reputation.
Oh, they have a bad record in the UK?
Yeah, very bad.
Do they? Alright, that's very interesting.
We're not usually happy with them if they transport prisoners either. They have quite a lot of escapes in the UK. Dangerous prisoners. And then other cases, look into it, but they're not very good at what they do, I don't think. Yep, well
that's the company now that our state Department of Corrective Services have actually tendered the contract out to. Yeah.
Exactly.
Permits for protests and stuff. You can't do it over freeways and stuff like that.
Get over there.
So
How come there's no signs
What?
supposed to
Taking for them.
we're not meant to. That's why we're coming.
Oh, so they just come and quickly hang them?
Yeah, people do it and then you go off and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's not. I don't see it's too much of an issue. But if
I
it's a
thought we
traffic,
were told we can do it, Seamus.
Can I get everything's regulated by legislation, policies or bylaws or whatever. What's the act that I would look up to for doing what we're doing, like the banner and main roads and that? What would I look under?
it'll be something under the Road Traffic Act.
All right, okay. So
it'll be Road Traffic Act or the Road Traffic Code.
Right, so Road Traffic Act, what's that
1974. And Road Traffic Code is 2000, I think. So it'll be under one of those two.
Here on the Hill Street Bridge up on Perth over the freeway, and we're here to demonstrate against the injustice that happened to Mr. Ward, who was an Aboriginal elder who died on a trip from Laverton to Kalgoorlie in the back of a prison van, cooked to death by the injustice of the prison system and the negligent guards that had the responsibility and duty of care of looking after him while he was under the system's control. And it was just an injustice that we need to make right, because this is just wrong, and we've got to do more. The guards need to be charged with the criminal negligence that they're responsible for, and there needs to be further investigations into the case. That's it, thanks.